Yesterday, Werner told us all about some of the marvellous bits and pieces that he's been doing with his what's it called? LOLTel, as in laugh out loud, tell, which is part of Telenor. So we've actually called him out and said, Werner, your slideware was brilliant, but can you actually demonstrate it live? Because that will prove whether you're good or not. So get yourself plugged in. Meanwhile, yet another demo component hasn't worked quite as we expected. So we're going to do that once again. Is anything happening in the room? Just wondering whether anything might have detected something has happened in the room.
Never turned it off, just because of the handoff, so we turned it off.
You've turned it off?
Turn it off.
Okay, so I'll tell you what should be happening now. Well, there should be a very loud alarm ringing to warn us that there's a clear and present danger. And I would come rushing over here to apprehend this terrorist who's just happened to sneak in undetected into the room. But luckily, we've managed to, because we've got a terrorist detection thing, so if we unmask him, we find out that the terrorist is really none other than...
Not me.
Yeah, Dean Bubbly.
I was put up to it.
They all say that. So basically what we were trying to do is at the end of the Ixia test sequence, which was really interesting, we were going to wake everybody up with a terrorist alert. Yeah, yet another one didn't quite go as planned. Yeah, something did go bong over there, but it wasn't quite what we expected, was it? No. So anyway, so we detected a terrorist, so I'm running back over here to say, Werner, you're not a terrorist, so we're going to have to move through this quickly because we're getting a bit compressed.
Oh.
So press your buttons very, very quickly.
All right.
Werner, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so thanks for allowing me to show some of the things that I hope will work. As I told you yesterday, we are working on a full stack MVNO setup. And the main reason for doing so is actually to create some new interesting services. And I'll show a few examples now if things are working. So this is the test script. I'll ask a volunteer to give me a call. I'll give you the number. And I'll show you that this call incoming to me will be forked to the PC and the phone, as happened before. I'll pick it up on my phone, and then I'll transfer it to the PC. And if I'm lucky, I'll also be able to do that for the other party. So we will start out with a GSM to GSM call, and we will end up on PCs, both of us, without you having to install anything. And maybe
that's difficult.
Well, not in this setup.
Okay.
We'll
Do you think this is going to work, Werner?
Yeah, well, that's a different question.
Okay. So you're looking for a volunteer to dial, what, a Norwegian number?
Yeah, so this is how we get income, so termination calls. But I actually asked my French friend, Jean, to be the volunteer to call my number. And he's already doing that. Or he was. Okay. So Jean is calling me. And what's happening now, it's actually dialing in on my PC, and it hits the PC first. And by the way, this is actually a presentation, or an HTML5 page, the whole presentation. So I embedded the WebRTC endpoint in the presentation.
Yeah, do you need the audio off your MacBook?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I guess we can live without that. Now, I'm in the call with Sean. Hello, Sean. Nice to talk to you again. I would like to see you, though. But this is just a GSM to GSM call. And the other thing is that I'll see this now happening in the browser as well. So at the low left corner in the browser, you see that I'm actually in a call with Sean. So what I'll do now is I'll transfer the call from my SIM card and into the browser. And let's see what happens. So it was hanging up here. And Jean, are you still there? Hey, Werner. Can you hear me? Yeah, I guess. It's on the loudspeaker here. yeah, so what I just did was just to hand it over. I could also push it back. But what I'll show you now is I'll do the same trick for Sean, and he's not part of my network. So I asked Sean to go to a web page called phoneline.no, and he needs to enter his own phone number, and let's see what happens. What should happen is that he is also transferring his side of the call.
What do you mean should? This is going to work.
Yeah, this is working. Let's see.
We have faith.
Absolutely. So the call is still ongoing on my side. Okay. So so what happened now was that there's no calls on the phones anymore. I'm talking to you from my WebRTC endpoint in the browser, and you can do the same. Now, the interesting thing was, of course, we are moving the call from one device on my side to, and the same for you on your device, so you're both on the PCs. And since we're on the PC now, why not do something more interesting with WebRTC? So what I'll do now, I would like to see you, Sean. So I'll enable video on my side. So I'm sending video now.
That is dangerous.
And I'll ask Sean to do the same. So I'm here. And let's see. Oh, there's
Oh
Sean.
my Gideon. Well done, Werner.
Oh, thank you. Thank you the same. You look beautiful. Now, what we did was start calls on GSM, and we both ended up in the PC. Now, let's say I need to go to my car, so I can now actually activate transfer to my phone again, and of course we'll lose video. But you should still be able to keep talking to your browser. So I picked up the call on my phone again, and we can continue the conversation. So it's seamless. Okay, that was demo number 1. Thank you. Okay. So that's one example of what should be possible with our setup. The next one is trying, as I think many people have been talking about machine learning and AI getting involved in the core services, and this example is trying to show that. So, if I'll ask Sean to give me a call again, I'll actually pick it up on the browser this time.
Yeah, I love the way that you're actually running the whole demo through an HTML5 front end. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, it's
very risky.
Okay, so I was ringing on my phone as well, but to do this demo, I'll pick it up in the browser. So Sean, he's called my number, and we are doing a nice conversation about something. And let's say I want actually to understand a little bit better what he's saying by doing speech to text. Now, this will be in English. So by magic, I activated basically the speech to text engine. And the developer didn't have the time other than actually posting whatever comes back from the speech-to-text engine into Slack. So, Jean, if you are...
Can you understand my English? My French?
I guess not.
Let me try it.
Yeah. You're a beautiful developer, but they didn't understand what we said. Let's give it to someone that has English as the native language.
It's debatable some days.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. Let's give it a try. Are you still there?
It dropped.
You dropped. Okay. Oh, the drop.
Oh, it's
The drop.
recognizing something.
Mm.
It's still on Michael. You can talk. Yeah?
So, what will it recognize?
Try to tell a joke.
Okay.
So there's this dangerous demo.
Oh, it's working. Aluminum.
Aluminum. All right. Okay. Okay. So what happened here was that this could also be done for a GSM to GSM call. We can activate this on demand. And at the moment, this is connecting to Google's speech-to-text engine. We've been trying out IBM's Watson, and Cortana could be next.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it worked.
And it actually did work.
Yeah.
Eventually. All right. Then I had the final demo. If you have time for that.
Yeah, go, 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 go.
Okay. Sorry.
You're on a roll at the moment,
All right.
so you're
it
doing
actually
very well.
worked too.
And Daniel, you're up next. So
Okay. Yesterday I talked a little bit about something called if this then that. I just assume people are a little bit familiar with it, but if not, it actually integrates various services that can create triggers. Could be NPR, when they post a news article, that will be a trigger. And on the other side, you can have actions. So yesterday I played around with it, and I got an SMS whenever NPR published a news article with a link to it on SMS. Now, the idea behind if this and that is that anyone basically without programming skills should be able to create interesting services that can help them, get access to the resources on the internet. Now, as you see the logo LOLTel, we have plugged that in as a channel for triggers, and also we have only one action, and that's to send an SMS. But I thought I would create an application. And actually, we'll use this in a scenario. We'll actually have a gift to give out to some of you. So if you want to participate, we'll see what happens. Okay? Now, while I set it up, please take a note on this number. +47 90 93 9397. And send your name to this number. But hold on a bit, we need to do the programming first. So if this and that, they call it applet. I'm not sure if that's a fortunate name, but anyways, that's the application that we're going to build. So what I want to make now is an application that receives your SMSs and adds your SMS and the content into a Google Docs spreadsheet. So it's easy for me to figure out who should get the prize. All right. Now, the way you program this is you select from some of these sources, and now it's going to be our LOLTel. You get an SMS. You can do some filtering, but we accept any SMS coming in. And we say that created the trigger. That was how we activated our core network to share the incoming SMSs with if this, then that. Now, there's loads of services that can do something about this. We're going to do this with Google Drive. We're going to say, well, I want to add a row to a spreadsheet. And let's say, let's call it TED Summit. I see people sending SMSs, but it's not, the program is not active yet. So hold your horses. Now, what I'll do in this document, I'll add who it came from, and then my number, and when it happened, and the content. Let's see what happens. I'll just do this. So this was the programming needed to move your incoming SMSs into a spreadsheet, hopefully. Let's see. Okay, now the program should be active. Let's go to Google Drive and see it. Now, please send your messages. If you didn't remember the number, it's +47 90 93 9397. And here, the first message is in. This is now live, getting populated in Google Drive. I see your numbers. I see when it was arriving. And I see someone actively sending many messages. Live SDR, okay, whatever. Okay, it's a great prize, so you should send a message. Anyways, this is just an example. So this was created from scratch in if this then that. And we could do other things like recording incoming calls when they happened. I had talked to someone yesterday saying that they had a request from a lawyer firm that wanted to register the calls and the duration down to the second to be able to, oh, someone's calling me now, to be able to bill by the second. This would be a service that, oh, I have someone calling me now. That nice tone is actually the call going in from a colleague in Oslo. All right, so this is what's happening. Now, let me randomly pick. I didn't see many names here. So Sean doesn't see this, so if you can say a number between 1 and 16, then let's see what happens. 13. So 13 is a phone. You talking out of the box, okay? So that was the commercial from 972. So that likes, oh, there you are. Then please come up and collect your prize. It's a nice pen made of the best wood in the forest. Thank you for participating. And those were the demos. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Werner. And for once, we had 100% success, so well done.